We are now recording, so I'm going to go straight into this. Good afternoon to you all. We are today dealing with the present tense, and it is in fact the simple and continuous form of the present tense. And in case you're wondering who the presenter is, there are my credentials. Let's go straight into it. Now, there are three main tenses, and they are present, past, and future. And there you will see all the information flying onto the screen. And looking at this part here, each tense has two forms. And you'll see there, it's the simple form and the continuous form. And just please make a note that the continuous form is also called the progressive form. Isn't English wonderful that not only do we have very fancy words for very simple things, but sometimes we've got more than one fancy word for the same thing. My apologies to everybody who is struggling to learn English. That's just the way it is. Excuse me. Let's move on straight away. And let's look first at the simple form of the present tense. And it goes like this. And again, sorry, everything is just flooding onto the screen, but we'll go through them slowly from the top. And here I've got a very interesting test for you to do in real life. And you can ask people, what do you do in English? If we want to know what your career is, we say, what do you do? And here I've written it out in full. What do you do for a living? And there you've got some interesting choices. I am a teacher, which is the same really as I teach English. The second one, taxi driver, or I drive a taxi. Now, all of these are, you see that present tense. It's what you do at this point in your life. And then just to give you a bit of a change, what do you do for fun? And then I am a gamer, or I play CSGO. I don't actually, but my son is very enthusiastic about that. And then you have, I like to read, or I read novels. Now, all of these things, as you can see from the bottom, they're all in the simple form of the present tense. They are some good examples for you. Let's move on. And here we have the present tense in its continuous form. And now you'll see the difference. You notice I put some color into this one. And I've given you, again, another example of replies that you might get to a question. And you've got it there in the present continuous form. You'll notice the verb or the auxiliary verb is in green, and the ending, the suffix to the verb is in red. And you'll see in each case, you've got the auxiliary verb is, and the suffix is in, or ing. And there we are, watching soccer at the stadium, having extra lessons at the school, walking to the shop, trying to find her phone. Oh, that's me ripping off my daughter, by the way. She's forever losing it. Now, note that, again, each is in the continuous form of the present tense. And I've put that note again at the bottom. Always, the main verb ends with ing. That is, in fact, the present participle, but you don't have to know that. Now you'll never forget it. Okay, so aren't I cruel? Let's move on a bit. Now we take a look here. More examples of the present tense. And this time I've got the simple form lined up with the continuous form alongside it. Now I'm going to click to bring in the animations, and I bet you everything comes flooding on at the same time. Oh, no, it doesn't. Oh, fantastic. Okay, there we are. This car runs well. That's in the simple form, and compare it to the continuous form. This car is running well. Okay, always the auxiliary verb and the ing to turn it into a participle. Let's try again. This is working nicely now. Right. I sell jewelry at the market every Saturday, which I used to do, by the way. I've very much enjoyed that. And there you see, I am selling, auxiliary verb, and ing, jewelry at the market this morning. Good, and you'll see it's all in the present tense, both of them. Let's go here. You are the star of the production, presumably referring to a play. And here we have, you are starring in the production. Okay, so you see again, auxiliary verb are and the ing, and you've got your comparison there laid out very clearly. Now, here is not exactly a definition as much as an explanation. And I'm going to read through it with you. Simple present tense is used for things which are 1, repeated, 2, part of a routine, or 3, permanent. All right. And here in comparison, we have the continuous present tense used for things which are 1, happening currently, but are 2, temporary, and 3, may change. And there we have it in a nutshell. There you've got your simple form and your continuous form. And just before I leave you, I'm going to put my final slide up here. And you will see here is a lovely, simple quiz that I have compiled, both for your information and pleasure. I encourage you to have a lot of fun with that. It's not difficult. See just how much of a score you can get. It's out of 100 marks, so 10 marks for every question. Have lots of fun. And thank you very much for listening.